Today I'm going to show you how to make flare bottom jeans using 2 pairs of straight leg jeans. For this tutorial, you're going to need a pair of scissors, pins, access to a sewing machine, and then fabric to make the flare bottoms. I will be using another pair of jeans that don't fit to get the fabric for my flare bottoms, a seam ripper or razor blade, and a measuring tape or ruler. The first step is that we're going to go from the bottom up the side of the legs and seam rip out all of the seams here. If the waistband of your pants are too small, you're going to want to rip all the way up the side of the pant, including the waistband. So after seam ripping them open, this is where we are at, just so you can get a vision. I'm actually going to continue to seam rip up to right below the back pocket. I will take the measurements to cut for the insert. So first you'll take the length and then add 1 to 2 inches to the bottom. So we'll be able to make that bottom hem. Next, measure along the bottom and add 1/2 inch on either side, so 1 inch in total. If this helps, these are the measurements that I took. If you want your flare bottom to be more dramatic, you're gonna want that bottom to be bigger. And if you want it less dramatic, you're gonna wanna make that bottom smaller by pulling it together. Now I'm taking my other pair of jeans, cutting the crotch open of these jeans so that I can lay them flat to cut out the triangles that will be making the flares. Everything I'm doing here, I do ×2, once on each leg of this jean to get the flare material. Then I'm taking the triangles and I'm laying them over where I seam ripped, and I'm beginning to pin it together before bringing it over to my sewing machine, and I'll sew one side first, starting at the top and going to the bottom. So I've sewn the first side of the triangle down, and now I'm beginning to pin the second side in place, and then I'll sew the second side and then repeat this process on the other leg. After attaching the flares in, I have to hem the bottom, so I'm using my iron to fold it up and then fold it down to make a hem, and then I'm bringing it over to my sewing machine and these will be done. I love how these turned out and how the dark black of the flare bottoms looks. Let me know what you think and if you would give this tutorial a try. Okay, bye.